welcome to this episode of The Daily. My name is Brendan Malone. Well, last week I read a really beautiful story on mamamia.com.au about an Australian woman who has opened up her home to save abandoned babies from death. And she said to a woman, she put the word out there and she said, look, don't abandon your babies on the streets or wherever it is they're being abandoned. Bring them to me. I will care for them. You can even do it anonymously, no strings attached, no judgments, and I will care for these babies. I'll save their lives. Really beautiful article. However, I get to the bottom of the article, and at the bottom of the article, mamamia.com.au have added a list of support agencies to assist women in situations like this, obviously where they feel they need help. And there's a whole lot of usual agencies that you expect to see there. However, two things struck me, and I was really quite sad about this fact, about this particular list. Two things that were really important that struck me straight away. Number one, there is not a single crisis pregnancy organisation or agency listed on that list. There's about 8 different organisations listed. There are no explicitly focused on crisis pregnancy agencies that are listed in that list at all, which to me I think is really a sad indictment there. And perhaps it's an indictment on those of us who are pro-life or those who work in this sector that maybe people aren't aware that these organisations are out there. Or perhaps it's an indictment on the ideology which drives a lot of the media reporting about these issues, that they don't want to believe that crisis pregnancies do care for women. They perhaps think that they are just sort of ideological Venus flytraps, if you like, that trick women, and so therefore they don't want to promote them. But either way, it was just sad to see that this list of 8 different options, and there was no explicit crisis pregnancy care option listed. The other thing which was even more problematic was the fact that on this list of about 8 support agencies, 2 of the agencies listed, 2 different agencies, are 2 different abortion providers. And it's explicitly what they say, that they can offer abortion. So here's the story about women facing the possibility of an unplanned or a crisis pregnancy. And 2 out of the 8 support agencies listed are abortion providers, and it explicitly states that you can go to them to get an abortion, which effectively tells me that whoever wrote the article or whoever the editor was who put that article together and then added the list at the bottom, that their whole mindset is just tragically distorted. The mindset is, well, why wouldn't a woman in that situation want to abort her baby? And to me, it's the exact opposite of a humane and compassionate response to just usher women towards abortion at a great rate of knots. To me, that's a failure of care. That's a deceptive solution, as Pope John Paul II would call it, to the problem of crisis pregnancy or unplanned pregnancy. It's not an answer at all. It destroys an innocent human life, and it exposes the woman who goes through with an abortion to all sorts of other problems and risk factors as well. And secondly, it suggests to me that the people who put this list together don't really understand the complexities of what happens when a woman is facing an unplanned or a crisis pregnancy. Most women who go through that situation, what they want is care, love, support, nurturing, and a listening ear. They don't want to be ushered towards abortion. Most women who are choosing abortion are not really choosing abortion at all. We know from the research that the majority of abortions happen because of coercive pressures that go on women, because they are not being supported and cared for and listened to. They're not receiving the proper care that they need. And promoting an abortion clinic doesn't actually do anything to help women in that situation. Like I said, a really beautiful story and a really beautiful thing that's happening over there in Australia. But when you get to the end of that article, man, it just shows me that there is a lot of work to be done and really opening up the eyes of our culture and increasing their understanding and awareness of how and what a humane response to unplanned and crisis pregnancy actually looks like. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on The Daily.